let's take a look at classifying numbers 4 through 7 into what type of graph we're looking at. Now, as you can see on number 4, we're looking at a horizontal asymptote, which means that our graph is going to approach but never quite reach a value as it heads to the right. And when we see a problem like this with just one horizontal asymptote, that kind of makes sort of like an L shape or backwards L shape, we're looking at exponential. And what this one is going to be is exponential decay, not exponential growth. So this would be something like the value of a car decreasing over time, not a collector's car, or things along that line. Now, number 5, you can see we do have a horizontal asymptote and we have a vertical asymptote. And we're going to be in opposite quadrants. When we see a problem like that, we're talking about a rational function. So something like y equals 1 over x. And the reason why that's going to look the way it does, where it has two asymptotes that it approaches, is because as x changes and gets bigger, so this way, our number will get closer to 0. And as x gets smaller, it will eventually get bigger and bigger. So like 1 divided by 0.02 would be a really big number. And then we have an asymptote through the middle because one thing that only Chuck Norris can divide by is 0, right? And then as we get negative, the same thing will happen in reverse. Number 6, hopefully, you guys are pretty comfortable with this from prior years. We've got this U-shaped curve with a line of symmetry that you can kind of imagine right down the middle. We're going to call that a parabola, and parabolas always come from quadratics. So this would be something like y equals x squared. Now, number 7, a lot of people get confused about number 7. And what you should look for to help you determine which type of graph this is, because it'll either be radical or it'll be logarithmic. Logarithmic is going to have, you see this right here poking out? That's going to be our asymptote. You can kind of only see it on the top and the bottom because it's hard to really identify where it goes because it's right over the line. But if it does have an asymptote, we're talking about logarithmic because it's going to approach a number but not reach it. And if it has like an endpoint, something like this, and then continues, similar shape, no asymptote, that would be radical, which this one is definitely not.